systems 3, 2, 1. Approval of Situation A recognized, commencing the Cromwell invocation. Ability restrictions lifted for limited use until the enemy has been rendered silent.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to this special edition of Weekday Anime. Since this week has been so screwed up for me, I thought I needed to make up at least one more episode for you all. So we are here today, and we're gonna talk a little more harem, but we're gonna save the really juicy stuff for tomorrow, because tomorrow, if you have been following me on Twitter, is a very special day. We're having two of my senseis from South America coming in. That's right, Pablo and Diego of Midnight's Edge and Espanol will be joining us, and we are going to be talking 5 different harem shows that are top notch and quite hilarious. And we're also going to be starting a half hour early tomorrow to fit it all in. So remember, for tomorrow, instead of noon Eastern, it's going to be 11:30 a.m. Eastern and 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. But that's tomorrow. For today, I want to say hello to everybody who has come in today so far. Welcome to Keely Chow, Roll Tide. Good to have you here. Shum, I'm glad to see you here today. Channel member Dennis McCullough, great to have you here today. And yes, let's do this. Channel member Daniel, great to have you here today. Yes, Brandon time to get his brand on time. Yes. And hello, Mags. Good to have you here today. One of my great channel members and wrenches. I appreciate you being here. And you've been waiting for a long time. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you wait so long. And War Monkey. Good to have you here. And of course, another channel member, Blaine's Escape Corner. Great to have you here today. And I'm sorry about all the drama that's been going on in your life and passing of a friend of yours. My sympathies to you, my good friend. And let's see. Yeah, it's a little, well, it's not too early. It's 11:30 a.m. for the East Coast folks, so it's 9:30 for me. It ain't that early. But then again, I can see how that could be early. D-Bud Martin, another great channel member and wrench. Great to have you here today. Cobra Khan 007, welcome to you. Appreciate you being here. And oh, look at that. The Streamlabs bot is running. Yay! In all seriousness, though, I do appreciate any and all tips that you leave me. It does go towards this channel and being able to afford to do all these things and trying to tinker with some things and try to make the show overall better. So if you wish to donate directly and bypass Mama Susan, this is the place to go, and I definitely appreciate it. So, with that, I think we're gonna start with a little bit of escapism, and we're just gonna have some fun. This is, of course, the Bludgeoned to Death. Oh, that's such a terrible show, but it's such a great clip. Oh, and hello to Nay Nay Nay. Good to have you here today. So, we're going to talk a CBR list. Now, I know it's CBR. They have their special moments, let's put it that way. But I saw this particular list, and it's fairly recent, this year, by Sage Ashford. And it's 5 harem anime that were better than they should have been, and 5 that were just bad. Now, like in all things, this is completely suggestive or opinion based, but you know what? Let's take what they say with a grain of salt and let's go through it and see what they come up with. Yes, they are special ed. uh, talk the real list, Brennan, unless you need me to rank it first. Well, I've got your harem list. I did look at it. I haven't gone through it. And you know what? We'll set a time for next week, and we'll have you come on and we'll talk the massive list that you provided and start going through it because it was massive. Because of course, lethal violence is the only rational response to a young man accidentally catching you topless. Because funny. Well, we can. I think we can make something like that happen. We'll see. We'll see what we can come up with. So this is from CBR. So it can be easy to dismiss harem anime. Most of them are pretty basic. Some boring dude winds up with a bunch of incredible women surrounding him that are interested in him because he showed them a basic amount of kindness. Not necessarily too far off, but probably overly simplifying things. Those not only exist, but they make up most of the genre and should be avoided whenever possible. That's subjective to you, and how it could be a male writer, could be a female writer. This makes more sense if it's a female writer. But they go on to say, however, there are some that manage to rise above what people's expectations are in the genre. Sometimes the way relationships develop is too well written, other times the character writing is just superb. In either case, there are some harem shows that everyone should try at least once. It almost sounds like they're advocating, drugs or something. Yeah, just try this once. You'll like it. Remember, kids, don't do drugs. Drugs are bad. Drugs are bad, okay? So number 10 on this list is just bad. Infinite Stratos Wasted its neat sci-fi premise. So Infinite Stratos was a science fiction harem set in a world where humans rely on exoskeletons known as Infinite Stratos for weapons. These exoskeletons can only be piloted by women, with one exception. Ichika Oremura. Ichika is sent to the all-female Infinite Stratos Academy. Well, what could go wrong there? Where he runs into a bunch of women who all develop crushes on him. Well, yeah, the only guy in an all-female school. What do you think's going to happen? This is just boilerplate harem stuff without doing anything new. After watching more than 5 harem series, every stereotype instantly becomes instantly recognizable. Yeah. Hello to Release the McCracken. Good to have you here. And yes, good vibes today for sure. Good vibes. An anime, not even once. Yes, anime, once you have it, you never get rid of it. And Release McCracken says Rosario Vampire is my favorite. Well, that's I know that one's on my list. I just haven't got to it yet. I've never heard of this particular show, so I won't pass any judgment on it. I say it looks like an anime. What more can I say? But let's move on to what they have next on this list. CobraCon 007 says, "Well, is really a Tenchi War on Geminar's ripoff?" Well, Infinite. Okay, is Infinite Stratus. Okay, well, I guess it can't be that bad then. If you're gonna rip off somebody, you might as well rip off the best or the worst or something like that. You just never know. Next on this a special list, Better Than It Should Have Been. They Are My Noble Masters was a great parody series. They Are My Noble Masters came out at the height of Butler and Maid anime in the late 2000s. It manages to both be a genuine Butler series while also being an amazing parody, not just of the genre, but of all anime. There are references to plenty of anime series like Dragon Ball Z and even Tokatsu like Kamen Rider, or yeah, even Takutsu like Kamen Rider. There we go, Kamen Rider. complete with some entertaining fight scenes as well. The two protagonists are a brother and a sister who leave their abusive home and find a place to stay with the, let's see, Kounji family. The Kounji are looking for new servants, but have some pretty exacting standards. The siblings will have to learn if they are planning on staying. Well, another one that I've never heard of, and I guess it could be good. You can't go wrong with maids, and for the women out there, I guess you can't go wrong with butlers. So, what better way than to combine the two and have jiggle physics? Hey, Pat, great to have you here. You've got you got physical therapy scheduled. I appreciate you being here as long as you can, and you know, enjoy making fun of some of these shows because I have a feeling that some of these are worthy of roasting to a bit. But it is a CBR list, so who knows? Let's see. Toku Swat So Common. Toku Swat So Common. Okay. Thank you very much, Blaine. I appreciate you anglifying that for me so even I can hopefully properly pronounce it. Yes. So, moving along. Actually, you know what? Let's take another little break. This is what happens when you break the 70-inch plasma screen TV.
That was a 70-inch plasma screen TV. So, how can I help you?
So, how can I help you? Yes, let's see here. Tokusatsu is like Power Rangers, okay. But will they be as bad as the new She-Hulk TV series? Absolutely not. Every single one of these, even if they're bad, are probably most likely, and I would willing to put money on, gems compared to that abject trash, drivel, and trife that Disney keeps trying to say is a filet mignon. So take that for what it's worth. I would watch these over that any day. Well, not bad, but not great. Yeah, exactly. When it goes to something that gets overdone, you're gonna have the really good, the really bad, but there's more okay and than anything else. Yeah, even bad anime is better than Phase Bore of MCU. That is very true. I really need to finally watch Van Helsing. I think I heard of it, and yeah, you can't go wrong with something like that. And filet mignon's overrated. It may be, but it's still filet mignon, and people understand when you say, "Yeah, this is the filet mignon of something." They know that you're paying a fortune for it. So, and yes, it is at least fun. It is fun, silly, all the above. So this next one, they label as just bad. The Master of Ragnarok and Blesser of Einhar had a stale protagonist and a bad concept. Well, let's see. Youto, let's see. Yutoru So Uo is transported to another world. So we got a Seki, or Isekai. I don't know why I have a problem remembering it's Isekai, not Iseki, Isekai. He's transported to another world after taking photos of himself in front of a divine mirror. Fortunately, his cell phone is solar powered, and so he can use that to help him because the Wolf Clan's leader, aiming to make them the strongest. The Master of Ragnarok and Blesser of Einhar is so eager to get into Harem Ishi shenanigans, it can barely set up its plot in the opening episode. So they don't waste time showing off the jiggly bits. There's potential for an interesting fantasy world, but it's all tossed into the garbage in episode 1. Well, maybe for them, maybe it's true, maybe it's not. Next on this illustrious list is Better Than It Should Have Been. How a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom, develops an isekai unlike most. So once again, mixing of the two. So let's see here. Shum says that Master of Ragnarok is hindered by the fact it started at the end. We never get to see all the world building. Yeah, that seems to be a common theme sometimes. That something gets started but never gets the chance to finish properly. Give me just a second here. I've got to give one of the younger anime kids some time on their computer. Since I don't let them just run wild, they have to actually put in a request and I have to approve it. And there we go. And howdy to Zacharot 315. Great to have you here today. Yes, they are the exclusive current distributor for Studio Ghibli. And they do have pretty close to everything from Studio Ghibli. So if you're a Ghibli fan, and if you don't own the physical copies, that's where you have to go to do it legally. So, with this one, How a Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom was definitely a better show before it added its harem elements, but it's still one of the better isekai series that came out in 2021. The show was about a protagonist who was meant to be sold to another country after being summoned from his world. But he's just so smart he's able to reorganize their books and make them enough money so that doesn't have to happen. How a Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom series is more about the protagonist being awesome by using his bureaucracy skills and just being a nice and understanding ruler most of his subjects seem to believe in. Well, speaking of the bureaucracy, isn't it time that we start abolishing most of the bureaucracy? Just saying. Oh yeah. So, moving on to the next one because I've never seen this one either. I have no skin on. I don't know about this one. So, and will you looky here? Howdy, Snowdub. I hope everyone's doing okay down in your neck of the woods. Great to have you here. And yes, buy physical whenever possible. And just a little side note for me for this month. I actually did drop all of my streaming services, and the money that I'm saving there is going to go towards physical. And for the stuff that I need to watch more immediately, yeah, I'll find a way to make that happen. Let's just leave it there. And Shum says that Realist Hero is pretty good. I've read all the available light novels, and it's not just his skills. He actually wins over his supporters. Well, there you go. An endorsement from Shum. Be sure to check out the light novels and check out the anime. So, next on the list here, Just Bad. Rosario Vampire wasted its more unique manga direction to be a harem comedy. Well, that's possible, but since I don't know, I can't say for sure on this. So Rosario Vampire follows Aono Sukune, a regular human that somehow found his way into a school of monsters. Fortunately for him, he runs into Mocha Akeyaya, Akeshiya, who happens to have a crush on him and helps keep people from recognizing he's actually a human. He gradually starts to meet other women who also have their own special powers. This show is just so basic compared to what it could have been. The manga is a straightforward battle manga with mystery and intrigue, and all of that is tossed out to be a comedy. And Blaine says, the lies. The lies. Yeah, as I said, it is CBR and, grain of salt and this person's opinion. But, check this one out. It could be really good. It could be right up your alley, and you could always use a good laugh. And you can never have too many shows where the person has to hide their identity and gets a ton of girls. What more could you want? Sakune also means chicken meatball and yeah, it is CBR. They do need to know their place, and their place needs to be in the gutter, in the trash. Totally expected, and the only reason why I even include these is to either laugh at them or to every once in a while they have a decent take, but that the old saying of the clock being right twice a day, or if it's a digital clock that's a 24-hour clock, it's technically only once a day. So, grain of salt type stuff. As Shum says, it's another one where the anime was done before there was enough source material. Yeah, yeah. The main person has special blood for the main female. Oh. And you're watching with the sound off. Yeah. I think it's time to take another quick little break. We're gonna do Good Dog.
Come on! You were talking all that good shit a second ago! Then I blew your fucking legs off! What the fuck? What's wrong, demigod? Just grow back your legs! Summon up your demons! Hit me! Fight me! Give me a hug!
Really? Oh god, no!
Hey, we're here on epic meal time! I'm the sauce boss! And tonight, we're eating this blonde little wannabe demigod
Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Moving on. Let's check out what they have in store for us next. Better than it should have been. Cat Planet Cuties is a great sci-fi parody series. Cat Planet Cuties is a harem series, doesn't do much to stand out. It's got a protagonist who's not particularly interesting, yet girls fall in love with him. A recipe for a boring harem show. But what makes it stand out are the elements outside the harem parts. Things like the different alien societies that find their way to the planet, all looking for more information on Earth, and the political elements that come from that. There are also a ton of cute shoutouts to the classic science fiction, and it's a solid comedy for those who don't get caught up in the harem elements. Well, I sure. And Blaine loves Cat Planet Cuties. And good morning to the Peter Venkman fan site. Great to have you here today. Yes, just stays at 8888. Yeah, and suddenly Integra has no more problems with the funding. That is odd. That is definitely very odd. And speaking of which, give me just a second here. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Just another moment here. Of course, I can't find it when I need it. Ah, the hell with it for now. All right. So, Cat Planet Cuties. It is Blaine approved, so go check that one out. Let's see. The next one is just bad. Let's see. Maj de Watashi no Koi is a confusing mess of a show. So, I butchered the name, I know I did, so I'm just going to say this show. This show has one of the most bonkers opening episodes in anime history. It literally just one long fight scene between characters only fans of their light novel universe would recognize. It's confusing, but ambitious, and the series never gets that interesting again. Instead, it focuses on Yamato and the Kazama family as they get into wacky hijinks at their high school. This show actually wouldn't be terrible if the first episode wasn't so much fun, making the rest of the anime such a letdown. Wah wah. Yeah. Yeah. Only fans of the light novel series, not only fans. Yes. So there's that one. It may be cool, it may not be, I don't know. Once again, another one I've never watched. Only fans. Now I'm intrigued. And yes, it's worth laughing at. So, next on this list. Better than it should have been. Let's see. Sekirei has great characters and better fight scenes. Sekirei is better than it has any right to be. It should be a very basic harem show, but instead, it adds in a lot of battle elements that elevate the series. The protagonist is a young teenager who happens to have multiple special beings with incredible power, known as Sekirai. Let's see. Sekirai. Sekirai, something like that. Um, Blaine, if you're still out there, give me the proper pronunciation, if you would. This leaves him and the ladies trapped in a competition for survival against the other, let's see, Ashikubi humans who can awaken the Sakurai hidden powers. There are plenty of fights. So let's see. A Sakurai is a Pokemon with Opie, and your Pokeballs are kissing. You got it. Sekire. Sekie. Sekire. Sekire. Okay. Also known as Wagtail. There are plenty of fights, stories, and lore to dig into, and the series really should have gotten multiple seasons to finish the story. Another show cut down in its prime, and well before than it should have. You know, what about all the honor, fairness, and shit?
Hey! Can't you give a brother a break, yo? Can't you see the man's down? What about honor and fairness and shit?
They didn't give the series its honor and its fairness. Yes. All right. Moving on to the next one, to the next two, and the final two for this list. Just Bad. The Peter Grill is one of the worst anime ever. The Peter Grill is supposedly the strongest warrior on the planet, and all he wants to do is get married to his lover, Lavilia. But he also winds up with tons of other women from different races, all wanting to be with him for the sake of creating powerful children. Well, there you go. You know, when you're the best of the best, you become breeding stock. Poor Peter, as all these women keep dragging him places so they can find a way to carry his child. This show is lacking a coherent plot and also happens to have a lot of creepy elements within it to make it work. There's no reason for anyone to watch it ever. Yeah, honor and fairness are in the boxing ring. As you may have noticed, we're not in the boxing ring. So, has anybody seen this one, knows any more about this Peter Grill one? Because it does sound kind of bad, but it also sounds kind of funny. And if they don't like it, then the odds are I probably would like it. But you just never know. Let's see here. I'm looking for something. Of course, I can't find it. Where is it? Got that? Yeah, we have that one. Let's see. No. Let's see. Yes, I'll load that one. I apologize for the delay here. I gotta trying to multitask, and sometimes I can find what I'm looking for, and sometimes I can't. So that one's just bad, and if it's really just bad, then we need a treat.
She's getting away. She's running.
I get it, I'm lining up the...
Going to miss it. Going to miss it.
Just be quiet and let me...
Hey, police girl. Hey, police girl.
There! I took the fucking shot! She's dead! There's blood everywhere!
Oh, you are just a treat.
Peter Grill, or How I Failed at Sex with Other Species. Aside from Stripperella, one of Spike's better shows. So, it's a must-watch, yeah, if you're a cultured person. And it's on Crunchyroll and High Dive. Oh. So Peter Grill is Hypergamy, the anime. I can't believe it's not hentai. Oh, those are all excellent descriptors for what they were trying to say. Oh, yes. So, let's move on to the last one of this particular list. Ah, who could have seen this coming? Better than it should have been. Tenchi Muyo is a solid comedy with great character exploration. Tenchi Muyo is one of the earliest harems, and by comparison, it is also one of the tamest. The series that would come later leaned far more into the ichi, while Tenchi Muyo has comparatively normal women. The series also doesn't constantly focus on the girls hitting on Tenchi, and certainly doesn't have the girls beating up Tenchi because one of the other girls like him. Instead, it focuses on slice of life elements with the occasional sci-fi action and political intrigue to shake things up. Oh, yes. Who doesn't love Tenchi? I mean, seriously. Well, we know a few people that don't, but I love Tenchi. I love Ryoko. I tolerate Ayaka. Grandpa's great. Dad's a perv. Sasami's a cutie. Ryo Oki, you can't go wrong with the starship that turns into a cute Cabot, and of course Little Washu, and Mihoshi and her space caseness, and of course her partner that comes in later in let's see, Tenchi Universe is when she was introduced, if I remember correctly. Kione. One of the few shows that I can remember most of the names without having to look at a cheat sheet. So I pride myself on knowing this particular anime pretty well. And as I said, it is one of my favorites, and if you can find the original Pioneer releases of this, you have got yourself something really good. And yeah, this particular list, this show didn't make it, but I can tell you, stay tuned because it will make an appearance. In fact, let me stop the screen share here and talk about what's going to be going on tomorrow, because it's going to be a good one. As I mentioned earlier, got both Pablo and Diego of Midnight's Edge and Espanol. They're going to be coming onto the show, so we're going to be starting the show a half hour early. So for everybody, be sure to be here a half hour before to be able to catch the whole thing. And let me get this shared, and I'll show you the shows that that we're going to talk about a little more in depth than just going, running through a list. And Dennis says that I found a copy of the Pioneer release of the second movie a couple weeks ago. Ooh. If you ever run across the original OVA release from Pioneer that has Ryoko on the front, that's the THX optimized or certified one, that would be the one that I would really love to have as far as the DVD releases. But let me share what we're going to be going through. Here we go. Ah, yes. So here are the shows that we're going to talk about tomorrow with my friends Pablo and Diego. Of course, in the center, you have Ranma, one half. I absolutely love Ranma. 40 plus episodes in, I still dig it. It's a great show. I really do enjoy it. So the other shows on here are Love Hina, To Love Ru, Suzumiya Hiruhi, and High School DxD. So, yeah, those are the shows that we're going to talk tomorrow, a little more in depth. As I said, we're going to go for about an hour and a half, so that way we can cover all of these shows with adequate time. Yes, blue episode tomorrow. And yeah, money. All of these shows cost money. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I do have to keep things a little tighter than normal because I do have to get back to work, and I've got a lunch date with Mrs. Anime Guy, or in this case, Mrs. Anime Woman. Although she hates anime, but that's a side issue. I've got lunch date here in about an hour and a half, and I've got a little more work I got to do. But before I leave everybody today, we're going to end with one last clip and then the outro. And I appreciate everyone being here today, as always. So, let's see here. We're going to do a present.
And the sun!
Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling.
You got me a present?
Kiss the sun lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way when his wrath is kindled but a little.
Right this way, Gridby.
And Cirrus comes in to break it up. So with that, everybody, I am the Anime Guy. I appreciate you all being here today. And now I am going to leave you with the outro. Take care, everybody.
I'ma go eat that health thing, bitch!
I got your arm.
So shove it up your ass!
Well, that's not fair at all.
I'm sorry. We don't give a fuck.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Weekday Anime. Be sure to catch Weekday Anime Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Be sure to click that like button and share this episode with others. If you enjoy what I do, please consider becoming a member and enjoy member benefits. All tips are greatly appreciated and will go to help me bring great anime to everyone.